Hi, I am Shayna Carson, a museum educator at Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art, and this is Bridging the Gap, a series of digital art engagements. In this segment, we will be looking at George Washington, the Constable-Hamilton portrait by Gilbert Stuart. It will be helpful to have paper and something to write with to respond to the prompts in the video. Please pause the video to collect what you need. Before we get started discussing this work of art, let's take a few moments to look closely at it. Start by letting your gaze wander around the work of art, taking notice of some of the details, such as the colors the artist is using and objects you recognize in the painting. Please pause the video to give yourself a few moments to look. Artists use many different methods to record the way someone looked before the invention of cameras and film. The method we will be looking at today is oil on canvas, and the type of painting is called a portrait. This portrait of George Washington is one of hundreds the artist painted. In this portrait of George Washington, the artist, Gilbert Stuart, is showing us an image of Washington as the first president of the United States. What do you notice in the painting that lets you know Washington is the president? Pause the video and write down your answers. Did you notice the presidential seal on the back of his chair? The harbor with the ships? His neat clothing? The elegant drapes in Washington's background? Or even the document that he holds in his hands? If you notice these things, and more, great job. All of these details show us that Washington was an important figure. As a president, George Washington had to make many big decisions. In the portrait, the document George Washington is holding is thought to be the Jay Treaty. A big decision that Washington had to make was to sign the Jay Treaty. The Americans didn't want British military posts along American borders, and Great Britain had violated the 1794 American Neutrality Agreement and seized ships in the West Indies during Great Britain's war with France. The Jay Treaty was made to establish peace between the United States and Great Britain, and to ensure neutrality for the United States from the French Revolution. The Jay Treaty was not popular with many Americans because it failed to dispute what many considered important issues. Issues such as the restricted commercial access to the British West Indies for trading, and that the British were allowed to seize American goods with payment and seize French goods on American ships without payment. This conflict happened after the American Revolution, and Washington feared that continuing bad relations with Great Britain would bring another war to the United States, and Washington wanted to prevent that from happening. Just like George Washington, presidents after him continued to make big decisions. What are some decisions that our current president had to make during the pandemic to ensure that the American people are safe? How do these decisions compare to George Washington and the Jay Treaty? Pause the video and write down your answers. Did you know that Gilbert Stuart also painted the portrait of George Washington that is on our $1 bill? For some extra fun, ask your parent or guardian for a $1 bill and compare the images between this portrait and the one on the $1 bill. What is different about them? What is similar? Pause the video and write down your answers. Thank you for watching. This has been Bridging the Gap from Crystal Bridges.